So
Let's.
Take it away, Theo.
we are getting salty about the biggest disappointments in 2015. There have been a few, but overall, I mean, this year's been an amazing year for gaming, at least in my opinion. Your year in general, Reagan, how have you found it?
I think 2015 has been a really average year for gaming.
Oh, see, that's so interesting to me that you think that.
I was reading an article today that was saying it was been one of the biggest gaming years.
And I would agree with that.
And I think there's been a lot of games that have come out this year.
Yes.
But I don't know, they've all just been just going over the same ground. Just doing the same thing.
See,
Interesting notion.
Yeah.
I thought it was one of the best years in a while. At least better than last year.
Yeah.
Last year was pretty slow.
It was very slow.
I mean, I had 10 games written down on my list of my potential game of the year this year, and they would have come first last year.
I
Just put it that
struggled to
way.
find 5.
Really?
Yeah.
You're crazy,
Ouch.
man.
For my top 5, I struggled to find 5.
You're crazy, man.
Crazy.
How do you find this year, Amy?
I had a really good year. I think, though, harking back to what we just discussed with what does Game of the Year mean to you, there was just a lot of titles that I was really passionate about, personally. So, and some surprises, but also things I knew I was looking forward to, and I've been looking forward to them since last year. So, yeah, I think last year was the low for me, and this year's been better, and I think next year will be even better.
I think next year's going to be huge.
Yeah, so the middle ground. I have low standards, though. I'm easily impressed.
Sparkly.
Let's be honest.
So in this year of mixed reviews from the team,
Yes.
Reagan's wrong. It's been a good year. What has been some of the standout disappointments? Amy?
Okay. Well, it was really hard for me because nothing really disappointed me that much. But to be honest, I think the biggest disappointment for me was Tearaway Unfolded. Although it was, you guys, what are you doing? Although it was, it was good, it wasn't great. And I think it's probably the game that disappointed me the most. I guess.
And it was disappointing because you were excited about it. You
Yeah.
thought it was going to be good.
Yeah.
What ways?
No, I thought it was going to be great. It was good. I thought it was going to be something different to what had already, what we'd already seen from Tearaway, and it wasn't. And the story didn't grip me as much as I wanted it to. So
More like Terrible.
Yeah.
yeah, he did it. So I guess that was probably, if I had to have a disappointment, it was that. And it wasn't that bad. So like I say, low standards.
I mean, having played Tearaway on the Vita, that game, while it was good, also wasn't exceptional.
But it was exciting when that one first came out because it was something new and different, right? I thought it was. I quite liked it.
Oh, people had high hopes for it because of the
Yeah.
developer.
But it was new for me, like the PS4 version was new for me as well. I hadn't really seen or played anything to do with the Vita version.
Oh, okay.
And it was a massive disappointment for me. Huge disappointment. Like the graphical potential, the setting and everything about it, they could have made something amazing. And instead they just had nothing to really capture me. I think I lost interest within the first 40, 50 minutes and maybe put 2-3 hours in max before just leaving it.
Yeah.
And
That's fair.
do you think that's being the wrong target market for the game, or do you think that game wouldn't stack up for a...
I mean, it depends who the target market was. If it was the same people who played Little Big Planet,
Yeah,
I mean,
I liked Little Big
I
Planet.
loved the hell out of that game,
loved
and
Little
not for the creation side of things, just for the game mechanics and the gameplay. And I think I mentioned this when we reviewed it as well. It just felt like they didn't have enough ideas for it. It feels like they offered up a small story and they just asked for your interaction at the end. Instead of building your excitement to get to that point, it was just follow along until you get to that point. And by shining your light from your controller on different things, I don't know, it just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough.
Agree.
Yeah.
So is there a future for Tearaway?
No, they won't make a sequel.
I don't think there'll be another one,
No.
if I was going to guess.
Yeah.
But
So what's the guy's name? The Messenger? Is he out? Is there no more Messenger?
a toy.
A toy?
Atoy.
Atoy.
Was that his name?
Atoy.
I don't remember.
I think it might be Atoy. It's ATOI.
Huh. I thought he was a messenger.
Yeah, he's the messenger.
Yeah.
But his name is Atoy or Atoy.
Interesting. So he's
Yeah,
out.
his-
So-
He's
so-
gone. He won't.
But yeah,
Them's.
Unless they really mix up the franchise
Yeah.
and just do something completely different.
or
to what they've
PlayStation
done.
All Stars 2.
Yeah.
Probably not though.
No, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably
I
not.
actually liked that game.
Ah, it was good.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it wasn't great. It was alright.
what else? Let's stop being mean to Terrell.
fine.
It makes me feel
How about
terrible.
you, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
my
terrible.
biggest disappointments, I've got two. And they were both, one of them I think is bad, actually a bad game.
And you're wrong.
Yeah, no, okay, let's lead with that. I am a big Guitar Hero fan from way back. And I was excited about the new Guitar Hero game. And to me, it is a massive disappointment. Because the reasons I play Guitar Hero games, for like a rip-roaring, rock soundtrack with hardcore guitar, and I can pretend to be the guitarist,
But I just like
That's
to
the
say,
main reason.
this is already like I love the best thing for me about this Guitar Hero was its soundtrack. I loved that it wasn't
Yeah,
just
but
a hard
like
rock.
it's wrong. It's a Guitar Hero game. It's not like
all
let's
subjective,
play. Yeah.
Welcome to the episode where Jordan says everyone's wrong.
See, and the thing is, right, because I after we had talked about that, you'd mentioned that, I grabbed a copy from you and I went home and had a bit of a blast, and I didn't understand what you were going on about. You were, I think two of your main points against it were it didn't feel like you'd be able to challenge yourself to get better at the guitar,
Yeah.
and that they didn't have a good selection of music. I found the complete opposite. I found that I sucked initially and that I was slowly getting better at their new button sort of layout, and that I don't know, I did challenge myself because it gave you couldn't fail a song, but you could get booed and that felt bad. Like it did a really good way of making you feel that you were doing really bad.
Yeah, I like it.
And then with the music selection, the on stage part, you might be right, but the live like TV version had plenty of like rock and metal and stuff like that.
Well, a little bit.
it
Like,
had
I can
plenty,
only
it
think
had
of
plenty.
like it had one Megadeth track. I don't think there was any Metallica on there.
Couldn't you
There
download
was
more?
like that's
Wow.
yeah.
But they will be
Wah,
adding
wah,
more as it
wah.
goes along. That's
Well,
what
it's
the
too
whole
late
thing
for
is.
me because I'm out.
Yeah.
Too late.
My biggest gripe with Guitar Hero, my biggest disappointment for Guitar Hero was that I have got maybe 250 DLC tracks on all my other Guitar Hero games, and I can't play a single one of them.
Right.
It doesn't. I can't import them over, and that sucks because it's just like locked away on my Xbox 360 hard drive. There's no way for me to say, "Yep, that's tied to my account. Can I have them for this game as well?"
Yeah.
Which sucks because Rock Band, the new one's going to come out or it is out already, and you have all of your old tracks. Which, I'm not a fan of that.
I guess it was more of a personal disappointment for me. I didn't connect with the game. That the lack of the progression through getting better really bothered me. The fact that you would progress through the game without actually getting any needing to get any better.
Yeah.
That was obviously I've mentioned on the podcast before. I like games that require a level of mastery that you get better at. That's why I connected with Dancing All Night, and these other rhythm games.
Was that on your top 5?
Yeah, it was in my top 5.
Good to know.
So that element just being stripped away, the soundtrack being not my taste, I'll admit, has made the game a bit of a disappointment for me. The other big disappointment of 2015.
Is it a personal disappointment?
It is a personal disappointment to me.
It is. Okay.
You still played it.
I still played it.
Yeah, you still
I
played
did
it.
because I
I
like the
thought you liked it.
franchise.
Yeah.
Without further ado, is
I do.
Adieu?
Not adieu.
Adieu? Is it?
Adieu.
Either way.
I thought it was French.
Adieu. Adieu.
Is it not adieu? It is adieu.
Adieu.
Without further ado, goodbye. No, it's just without further ado.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Someone let us know.
Google for us.
It's Batman Arkham Knight.
Yes.
And now, this wasn't a bad game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It was a very disappointing game. And I'm going to just brush over all the PC problems. Because that's not really what made
That's
it
not the game.
disappointing.
You see, that's why it's
Exactly.
one of my biggest disappointments.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been able to play it.
Oh, right. That's interesting. So, what happened was this game was developed by Rocksteady. Correct?
yeah.
For console, primarily the console developers, and they hired another team to do a PC port.
The same people who developed Batman Origins.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. They did a better job of that.
Well, it was less faulty.
And they had the time.
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had the time and the
Yeah.
I'd argue that game had a better
connection to the
story.
game.
Really?
Yeah. So this game, it launched on PC, and if you're not up to, if you haven't heard that story, you're missing out.
We've talked about it so many times.
Yeah, it was an absolute disaster. The
Yeah.
fact that they just had to pull it off the Steam store. No one was allowed it anymore. They did all the refunds. They're still offering refunds,
Yep.
regardless of how much you've played or how much you haven't played. So if you do have it on PC and you finished it, maybe go get a refund. Because that was not up to scratch. But the reason it was disappointing for me is that, and maybe because I did play it on PC, I'll put this out there.
Exactly. And you're a big console person.
Yeah, but I thought, hey, people like PC. They're supposed to
What's
be,
this thing all about?
supposed to be, good for gaming, and then like,
It was cheaper, wasn't it?
yeah, it was
Yeah,
also cheaper.
yeah.
It's always stupid, yeah.
And it was, and the game actually ran okay because I had the kind of the NVIDIA graphics card, which was able to play it. But yeah, the game was supposed to be the pinnacle of the series.
Because it's the final one.
Yeah, it's the final one.
And Batcar.
Yeah, it has the Batmobile.
Yeah.
They've
I
demoed
like
it a lot. It was in development for a long time.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, it didn't reach anywhere near the level of the previous two games in terms of the story.
Yeah.
And in terms of it just, and the gameplay didn't really make a lot of sense. The Batmobile was amazing for driving and getting to places, but the whole game turned into this tank battle simulator.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, and it was like,
wow.
Batman shouldn't be fighting off. Like, I must have killed 800 other tanks.
Yes. yeah.
And he's got his own Transformer tank, and it's like, this is not a Batman game. Batman, it didn't feel anything like the others in terms of the gameplay. The story did have its good moments, but at that game, the story really peaked at the end of Arkham City, with obviously spoilers.
Yeah.
The death of have you not played Arkham City?
I haven't. Oh, Arkham City.
Yeah.
Oh, right, sorry.
So Arkham City, the death of the Joker at the end.
Right.
And it was like, where do they go from there? And then it's like, I won't ruin the story, but it was good. It was not as good as the previous two.
Because they created a new
Yeah.
a non-canon villain for it, right?
Well,
Or a character.
it is canon.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought they created it. I thought that was
Going into the game, it was very clear who the villain was.
right.
If you follow the comics
Right,
or the animated stuff, it was quite clear who the villain was going to be. I won't ruin who it was because you might not follow that stuff as much.
Okay, cool.
So that was also a little bit of a it's one of those things because the game was good and because the others were great, it was disappointing, but not necessarily a bad game.
Yeah.
Fair.
Going back to the whole tank combat thing, that is rather funny, right? Because Batman, his whole shtick is I don't kill people, you know. And then I saw a whole bunch of videos on YouTube about how Batman kills thousands of people, and it was just him running over.
He's got
bad
a
guys.
stun machine gun where he's just mowing down guys and you're
Creating
like,
explosions. Yeah, the stun machine gun didn't kill them. The car that exploded, that's the real
Just
culprit.
sleepy bullets. They're just putting them to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleepy bullets.
Guns don't kill people.
And I guess another factor that kind of made it a little bit sad is the fact they wouldn't be making another one. So
Yeah.
that's kind
End
of
of
like
the series.
So I'm happy about that. I'm excited to hear about where they're going to go next because they're probably going to get another superhero franchise. That's what I think.
Yeah, but then Batman, like, what happens to Batman?
Someone else will pick up the franchise and they'll reboot it like they always do.
Yep.
There'll
They
be another
won't.
like
They'll
what
flog
Telltale.
that horse.
Telltale's
Oh,
got their
Telltale's
Batman
doing
game.
Yeah,
coming
I
out
think
now.
that'll be quite cool, actually.
No, Jordan's wrong again.
Really? And episodic, because
Reagan
that's
doesn't like them.
Batman Arkham Rises.
Telltale
2020.
They've lost it. They came in really powerful with Walking Dead, and the Tales from the Borderlands was pretty good as well, and The Wolf Among Us was okay.
that's all quite recent.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Love and Life
the
is
Minecraft one.
Strange.
Minecraft.
Oh, there's your disappointment for the year. That Minecraft.
Not even talking about it.
It hasn't finished yet. Hasn't been completed, but
Stocky
yeah.
mode.
Yeah, that was pretty bad to be honest. And what the Game of Thrones? No one's really talking about the Game of Thrones one because it's average.
Well-
and when you break down their games, terrible animation, just terrible. They're all broken in some sort of janky little way. And I think the fact that they came out with Walking Dead when they did was because no one was doing that before, and it wowed everyone. You know, it had all those technical limitations you talked about, and the fact that they still haven't fixed all these technical issues that they've got it's kind of like, yeah, well now some of your games aren't as good and your wow factor isn't there. So now everyone's picking up on the fact that your games are pretty broken. Will Batman be able to I don't know, take people's attention away from those limitations?
The reason I'm not going to give up on Batman is...
Oh, it's Batman you're not wanting to give up.
Batman
Right.
and Telltale Batman is... I think they could get a really good writer in.
Yeah.
Because they've got access to, hopefully, all of the people that have done the comics in the past. So potentially they could come up with a really good story. And the second thing is, comics in past work in episodic, two-weekly, breaking it down that way. You have a different villain, you have a different story, and kind of an overarching villain. And I think that can work really well for the same format in Telltale games. They're not going to have any problem adapting the original content to the format, which I think is where Game of Thrones fell down, because how do you take a story that's already written and then rewrite it from another perspective? You can't do that.
What sort of gameplay will you want in it? Because you're going to get click on this, go pick up that, choose an option for what what Batman's going to say. For a Batman game,
I don't want to be in control of Batman.
You don't want to be at all in control of Batman?
No, so I want to be a bystander in this Batman adventure, and Batman does what Batman always does. I can't make Batman, just shoot down, mow down some puppies. Like Batman does what he always does. Yeah. And I'm just standing by, caught up in this adventure somehow.
I'm pretty dubious about it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we shall see.
Yeah, we shall see.
We shall
Gotham stories, Gotham civilian stories.
Yeah, see, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
See that happening.
Yeah.
That'd be very cool.
I'd like that.
Alright.
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
not suspicious about it all.
Alright, is anyone else salty about anything this year? Any other major disappointments that came through?
Yeah.
Disappointed about the industry in any way?
No.
No.
They're doing their best.
I am kind of with you in the fact that there's a little less innovation this year, but there are like a lot of great titles with a lot of great immersion. I feel like immersion really rose this year. This was another kind of 2007 for me. This mimicked 2007 in its brilliance, in my opinion. Yeah.
Good year.
Yeah, fair.
Good year.
All right.
I guess maybe just I'll touch on one last thing. Not so much a disappointment, but all of the games that I'm playing at the moment are like 100+ hour games.
Oh, yeah. That's hard.
It's hard to go
It's like
through
they
all
don't
of it.
care about us, about how much time we need to invest.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that.
I think a few of those games.
Stop it.
Time donation
Throwing that
button.
one out there.
Some of the bigger games, I think, you're right, could have been spread out a bit more. It wouldn't be the end of the world if someone had held one back for next year.
Yeah.
I think that probably would have been a good
Episodic.
choice.
But I think this is also my way of saying, like, stop with the open world games. Like, Tomb Raider didn't need it. Didn't need it at all.
That's one of my big
And
peeves as well.
that's what has stopped that game from even entering my top 5. Is it's just the open world.
Spoilers
And
for later in the show.
still good.
That's fine.
But yeah, it's just I don't know the fact that all of these games are coming out and they demand so much of your time when they could have a really awesome streamlined story, and they just don't end up having that. Yeah.
What do you think about these? Sorry, just to touch on one. This is completely off subject.
Sorry guys.
They've just said that Uncharted 4 will have dialogue options.
As long as that's all it is, it's like you're having a little more control over Nathan Drake. Then
Couple
that's
of story
fine.
parts.
But if I load that up and you do the first mission and you've just got this open city that you can just go and find collectibles, I'm probably just going to turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a bad
done
way to
with
go as
that.
well.
Yeah.
Alrighty, who's ready for Nintendo time?
Ooh.